Hi, good morning, everybody. How are you all today? And welcome to our people online as well. Thanks for joining. Welcome to World Water Week. Hands up if this is your first session of the conference. Yeah, me too. How exciting. I hope you're not too jet-lagged and you've got your coffee and you're excited to come to this session. I'm here with an incredible team of women, and we've co-designed this workshop together. And the idea of today is to be really interactive and really have a great discussion and for it to be mutual learning. So please do speak up this morning and share your thoughts and ideas and some of the work that you've done as well. So we've planned a very fun session to kick off World Water Week. And we're here to talk about the really important topic of inclusive water management, how we navigate gender, disability and social inclusion. So my name's Chelsea Huggett. I'm from WaterAid Australia. I'm here today on behalf of the Australia Water Partnership, who are a fantastic Australian government-led initiative that has a really strong focus on gender rights and inclusion through global water programs. I'm also here with some colleagues from across the region who I'll introduce first because we really have designed this morning's session together. So I'm joined by Huen Do, who's from the Hanoi Disabled People's Association, Kanika Keo from Oxfam in the Mekong, and Meni Veng, an Indigenous woman from Cambodia. And I'll share a bit more about all of us with you as well. So the purpose of today and what we really want to get out of it, and I'm sure you'll be excited about this too, is we really wanted to help instigate the transformative shift in water resource management and to understand what some of the practical ways that we can do gender, disability and social inclusion together. So we want to share some practical examples from some really amazing leaders in the region to think about what climate resilient water solutions look like that are really inclusive and empowering. And we want to exchange recommendations and ideas of how we do this better together. How do we make sure investments really address these issues in a deep way? So I'll just tell you a bit about our speakers, and then we're going to take a trip to the Mekong together. So Kanika Keo from Oxfam in the Mekong, she leads the Regional Water Governance Project. So Kanika is a program manager or program leader at Oxfam, and she has oversight of partnership development. Kanika has been working in this area of natural resource governance, environmental justice in Southeast Asia for more than 10 years. I don't know if any of you have met Kanika before, but she's a real dynamite and is an amazing feminist and has really transformed the way that water resources are done in the Mekong region. So it's lovely to have you here today, Kanika. Meni Veng has come all the way from a really remote part of Cambodia. So Meni is an Indigenous woman from the Kurang ethnic group. She lives in Ratnakiri province. She's the leader of a youth group who focus on loch-lak fishing. In addition to her role as part of a community youth group, she's also an intern at the 3S Rivers Network Protection Organisation. So Meni Veng has done some amazing work in doing patrols of local squid population. She's worked alongside community committees. She's facilitated community meetings to share information about fishery laws. She's an amazing grassroots advocate, and it's an absolute pleasure to have you come all the way to Stockholm. And then Huen Do. Huen is the chairperson of the Hanoi Association of People with Disabilities, or DP Hanoi. It's an umbrella organisation that supports and represents people with disabilities in the Hanoi area. So there's 46 member organisations who are part of DP Hanoi, and they reach over 17,000 people with disabilities. Huen has a BA and an MA in economics in Vietnam, and she gained her MA in international development and social change from the Clark University in the US in 2013. She has more than 20 years of experience doing disability justice work, community development, and was just telling me about her previous role working for the Ministry of Finance in Vietnam as well. So wonderful to have you here, Huen. So to get started with today's session, we're going to take you on a trip to the Mekong. Hands up who's been to the Mekong region. Ah, excellent. I'm going to pass over to my colleague Kanika to take us on a little journey to get us started.
Good morning, everyone, and it's my pleasure to be here, and thank you, my friend Chelsea. And I think before the session, the journey here, it really inspired. Even we are chatting and talking, designing the activity, we are thinking in terms of how to make the session, it's more interactive, so people can still be with us, be together on the journey for the whole of 90 minutes of the session. So the first question in terms of who experienced being in the Mekong, I saw some hand raised, and anyone heard about the Mekong before, even though you never been to the Mekong? Can you raise your hand? We are bringing you down to the Mekong and feel the water and flow together to the Mekong basin. And when we talk about the Mekong River or the Mekong basin, what comes out to your mind? What is your imagination? And how you picture the Mekong basin river look like? Something that if those who never heard about the Mekong can also have your imagination, thinking, picture your mind in terms of how it look like to you. And those who experience been to the Mekong, can you also tell us what is your experience about? And those who heard about the Mekong can also let us know what is that information that you heard about, what is interesting you about the Mekong. We also have the sticky note on your table and the marker, so we invite you to write down your imagination about the Mekong, your experience about the Mekong, and something that most important to you, the information that you heard about the Mekong, and invite you to stick your sticky note up to the Mekong map that is out there. So that would be allow us to have an overall picture of the Mekong, and then we can start the room together, really deep dive how the Mekong situation look like by the two speakers from Vietnam and from Cambodia. How that sound? Okay, so can we have quickly take your time, reflect, and write down your idea? on up to the map. So if your table is ready, please invite your sticky note on the map. It's quite a colorful Mekong. And it really, the Mekong traveling from our regions up here. And thank you everyone for participating in this activity. And in the Mekong region, we have covered Myanmar. Myanmar is also, there is a main river that called the Salavin. That is the only free flow river in the region. And it has been, community there has been working hard to protect this free flow river. And there is a strong community at that specific area because of the conflict, and we don't know like how long that they continue to fight, but we are wishing them a good luck in terms of being peaceful for Myanmar, and we sharing our heartfelt to the community there while we are here. So we have a privilege to be living in the situation that we all have safe peace, but they still fighting and continue the movement and, at the country level. We have Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam. It's a Mekong data that we've been talking a lot in terms of the Mekong data, as the last part of the Mekong have also suffered a lot from water scarcity, and some of the region, even community no longer doing the normal agriculture as they used to do before. So thank you for joining the collaboration to go to the Mekong, and now I pass it on back to Chelsea, and then we will deep dive into what is the situation that we are facing, and how the region and how the citizen in the Mekong is working together to protect the river and to be more inclusive in this decision making on the water resource management. Thank you all.
Thank you, Kanika. That was fantastic and amazing to see some of these themes around livelihoods, fish and food security. Someone said here, the rice bowl of Asia. Seeing how complex the transboundary is, like what Kanika said. And so it feels like there is a lot of experience in the room as well. So we're really keen to learn more from all of you. So for the next part, I didn't give you an overview before, sorry, of the session today. What we've got is a couple of presentations to dive deeper and share with you some evidence from the region and some of the work that our colleagues have been doing. But we want it to be interactive, so with each presentation, we'll have Q&A and discussion as we go along. So it's quite a relaxed session today. We've got a video to share and some resources to share, and then we'll open it up for more discussion and some reflection. So I'll first like to invite Huen up to share some work from Vietnam on reaching and including people with disabilities in national water programs. Use your clicker and the screen, you can see it in there.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. So when I came here, I saw this and I said, and I have a wish These kinds of tables should have different level. Yes. Because I'm quite short and thinking if a wheelchair user, how can, yes, they use microphone. So my question, yes, actually it's question, but the first, I would like to have the perspective. What comes into the mind first when I talk disabilities? Just 1 minute. What words come to the mind first when we mention about disabilities? Diversity, thank you. Communication. Access. Reduce mobilities. Thank you. What else? Thank you. Yeah, yeah, so a lot of thinking come to the minds and ideas and different kinds of words, and you think about the people with disability, the communities, how they live, and this is a kind of organization, and that's why anyone knows that is love for deaf. Yes. So everyone wants to love and to be loved, right? And we are human. But for many people with disability, we still left behind. And for our organization, yeah, sorry here. Sorry, I'm not used with this. So, yeah, back to picture. So, like my friend says, in Hanoi we have 46 organizational members in our organization, and we have more than 17 people with disabilities. But many people, when they come and travel to Hanoi, and they ask, because they didn't see many people on the streets or somewhere, so where are they? And due to a lot of barrier to people with disability, they stay somewhere. And sometimes they isolated themselves. So in water, a lot of people think that for us, maybe we have someone to help with us. And from our organization, we work on the approach that everyone can contribute. Everyone have a gift and they want to give. So for many projects, they said and they come to us and they base on a need assessment. What is the needs of a person with disability? So it is very good approach when they work with the local people, the communities at the very grassroots level, very vulnerable groups. But when they finish the projects, some project is not very sustainability. So based on that, we have different approaches that we come with assess-based community development, and everyone contribute. So like we come to the people with disabilities and they say they can contribute something. They can protect the earth also like everyone. But they need some support. They need special needs. So that's our approach for our organization. And in terms of climate and climate change, water securities and disability inclusion in Vietnam, when I raise this issue and we receive really big support from Australian Water Partnership and unfortunately no one from AWP here, but with their support, we are the first time to attend the World Water Week. And yes, so with their support, we, yes, next slide, yes. We do some work related to water in Vietnam. And you know about some Mekong countries and including Vietnam, And for Vietnam, we are kind of like a long, how can I say, we have a long coastline and different regions in the north, in the south, and center of Vietnam, so different weather also. And for people with disability in Vietnam, we have around 7% a person with disability, and it's more than 6.2 people with disability, and in which around 58 are women with disability. And due to different reasons, the disability increase this, and for the female, it's higher than male. And you know, in Vietnam also, like the people with disability living in rural areas is more than 1.5 times compared to those living in urban areas. And also, with the Vietnam local context, we face a lot of challenge due to climate change and due to we have a research, and it's I did a research, and it said like Vietnam ranks in one of the most climate and disaster vulnerable country, ranked 43 based on 1S1 countries. And Vietnam, we have different kinds of natural disaster due to our long geographies. And for people with disability, as amongst most vulnerable groups in challenge in climate change, natural disaster, and access to water due to like physical, the infrastructures and cultural barrier to access to water. And this morning, I listened another section, and they mentioned about the first access. Yeah, it's very important for everyone, and how everyone can access the natural resources in equities. And in terms of water, we discuss and we talk, it's still left behind when we haven't involved or engaged any project program related to water. And even we live in Hanoi, but many people, they cannot access clean water. And yes, even in a big building, but for wheelchair, sometimes they cannot tap the water due to accessibilities. Yeah. So for our organization, DP Hanoi, we start to work with Monash University with the support from AWP, because in our organization capacity, we are not enough capacity to conduct a research. So with the support from AWP, but we directly work with Monash University to conduct a research about climate change, disability, inclusion, and water security in Vietnam. And with this initiative research, we do like we call co-design. Yes, for the whole process, with the support from the university, so we build a research team from outside. So in our research team, it's very diverse. Yeah, we have the blind person, which is the physical, and actually we don't have any hearing impairment, but we have members. So it's very diverse. And we conducted and we go to the field with the researchers. And it's easier for us to talk with person with disability, because they feel like we are the same, and they're easy to express what they're feeling. And for the researcher officer from Monash University, they said, yeah, because when they design the question, some question may be not suitable when we ask person with disabilities, or based on the local context, something like that. So we are both doing together, and we go to the field, analyze the data, and write the report together. And here are some findings when we finish our reports. The first is about lack of inclusive in climate change, disaster, and water policy. Because we do literature reviews, and not many paper policy mentioned about how people with disability engage or include in that policy. How the different types of people with disability. Yeah. And the second is the lack of understanding about climate change, about the water security, something like that, from people with disabilities themselves. We don't have knowledge much about climate change, water issue. So, yeah, we just think we get the water only, but for many levels and how we manage the water and how we contribute on that issue, we don't have many knowledge about that. The third is about inadequate preparedness. Because, like I mentioned, Vietnam faced many challenges in terms of climate change. And for example, during flood, people with disability also go to the shelter, something to avoid the flood or storm. But they are not easy to get the clean water, to make like the clean hygiene or something like that. So it's not ready for person with disability to access. So it affects a lot to the people with disability health. But sometimes we don't realize about that. We don't think it's due to the lack of clean water, so we get the impact. And the last about because we have different types of disability, so just thinking how blind people, they can recognize it is clean water. Yes. And how they avoid polluted water, something like that. And for that person, it takes time for them to describe like the storm, the flood, because they cannot hear, so how can you explain for them about that? Yes, it's very difficult, and due to different types of disability, we need special support and different way to access. So with that finding, we organize a big workshop and a lot of stakeholders in Vietnam, and this is the first report on this issue, and we receive a lot of engagement and involvement from different stakeholders, like the embassy, the UN agency, the government also, and other organization of persons with disability from different regions in Vietnam. Yeah. So for DP Hanoi, we really want to mainstream disability inclusion in climate change and in water sector. With that, we thinking when other stakeholders want and work with like us also, how we collaborate, how we work together to make it happen or make water access for all. And we realize there are some challenges, and also that is opportunity for both when we partner with OPD, Organization of Persons with Disability. And in this, I focus on water sector. The first challenge is lack of understanding about disabilities issue and local context. Like I mentioned before, they don't know about different types of disability and how they, because in Vietnam we have policy and we just divide into 6 categories of disability: for blind, for physical, for the intellectual, mental, and others. So when we work with different types of disability, maybe there are different needs level also. The second is like someone mentioned about communication barrier. Yes, so for people with disability and also for organization of person with disability, we lack of capacity building in terms of communication, like even like the language and different culture and different cultures among person with disability, among types of disability themselves. So how can we build and establish the mutual and effective communication and build the trust to work together? It's also challenge, but we have a way. And also for organization of person with disability, like on the way we came here and we talked, and my friend from Water West, you work and without salary, yes, because that's a kind of voluntary organization, community-based organization. So that's why we have 17,000 members, and we have one chair and 5 vice chair. So each person in charge of like run organization one day, at least, yeah. So why we have many board members. Yeah, so that's some, and also in terms of human resources, about organization capacity, about expertise in terms of water, climate change, and also, yeah, other. So it hinders our capacity to partner with other organizations. So we have some recommendation for developing future partnership with OPD. So for us, we would like to different partners. They should include disability and JASI in general when they developing any program, projects, and they think about that. The second is we mentioned about co-design. So we discussed at the beginning, and it's good for both sides. So the third is the common, yes, we mentioned about how to have a mechanism to monitor and evaluate like any program policy that inclusive. And we realize that they need to build capacity for organization of person with disability, but they have a need to build like a knowledge about disability inclusion for these different stakeholders when they work, and how they know to involve and work with disabilities. Just about policy and advocacy, we have a good practice that's with the support from AWP. So we work with the ministries of natural and environment in Vietnam to review the law on water resource management. At the beginning, the ministries people, they quite hesitant to work with us because they thought how an organization to provide ZC consulting for them and how to review the law. But under the request of the donors, so they work with us, and we have a time and we have a chance to show our capacity, and we provide the ZC consulting for them when we review the law on water resource management and also the degree for implementation of that law. And I think that is a good practice when we work with the government. And sometimes we talk that due to different culture and different context, different policy. So from outside, people with disability, we really wish that both the donor sometimes support and sometimes require any grantee. When they receive funding for project program, they need to put like an inclusion in their project programs. And I know for some organizations, some donor, they require to work with OPD to make it happen. It's easier, yes, when we see and we contact and we work and we together with people with disabilities, so we have more understanding about that. Yes, so thank you for your listen, and we can discuss later. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yuen. That was fantastic. I think you'll all agree that the insights and that richness around partnering with organisations of people with disabilities makes such an impact in this area. We will do Q&A in a moment, Yuen, so don't go too far away. I'll just share with you, as part of the same project that Yuen just shared an overview of, we also did a component in Cambodia as well. So I'll just share some light touch findings from the Cambodia research. So this was also supported by the Australia Water Partnership And we did it in really close collaboration with the Cambodia Disabled People's Organisation. So they were co-researchers, co-leads, part of the analysis and the dissemination, similar to the DP Hanoi partnership. It's interesting to look at the findings across both countries to see where the similarities and differences lie. So we had 3 learning questions. The first was what people with disabilities experience in accessing piped water supply and inclusion in water governance or decision making. Then what impact is climate change having on that access and that participation? And then thirdly, looking at what actions disability, water and climate actors could take to improve inclusion in basic water supply, but also the governance aspects as well. I think one of the interesting things about this research and what Huen was really sharing a lot about as well is for people with disabilities, it's not just access to that one essential service or that one human right that's so important. It's recognising that there's many challenges or many compounding factors that are impacting that access. And so as we analysed the findings, we came out with these 5 foundational factors that came up again and again. And people sometimes talked about these as either barriers or enablers. So for example, having access to government ID poor cards or disability identification cards was absolutely essential for people to then get subsidies, to be able to access other services. And what we found is people either shared that to say, this is what's really helped me, or this is what has meant it's been really hard for me to get that card and therefore get the subsidies. The second foundational factor was access to information. So where people, women and men with disabilities, shared that they had good information, they felt more prepared. Where they were missing information, they felt much more vulnerable. Social norms came up a lot, and discriminatory attitudes, behaviours, so people sort of sharing some of the challenges with that, but also sharing stories of perseverance and resilience and giving examples of where they'd overcome discrimination. Caregivers and people who were providing support for people with disabilities at home played an absolutely critical role in supporting their resilience to climate change and access to piped water supply. And again, people shared stories of that being a key enabler, that that's how they accessed water, or it being a key barrier if that caregiver couldn't support. And then finally is the point around compound disadvantage. So where people are experiencing low income, low education or limited literacy, they might be living further away or be kind of ostracised from a community, low income, low livelihoods, maybe not many social networks beyond the household, then all of these things compound and add up. And even if a community had quite a good piped water supply, and in Cambodia there's been an amazing growth in piped water supply, these households were still missing out. And some of those factors came up many times across women and men with disabilities. So just to give a really brief snapshot, I've already touched on quite a lot of those. Around the access to piped water supply, I think the factor of family support was a really key enabler. So there are examples of households where adult children, so sons and daughters, had helped their elderly parents connect to services. The key barriers were service providers not really having data on people with disabilities in communities, and the cost of connection came up again and again, people saying that they just couldn't afford to connect to a piped water supply. When it came to looking at inclusion in governance and community decision making, we found pretty much across the board there was a lot of exclusion. Where there was an active organisation of people with disabilities in that area, there was much better inclusion and much better engagement of community members with disabilities. And then finally, we looked then at the resilience to climate change and how that was impacting. And people talked about if they had access to an early warning system information, they felt a lot better prepared, and gave examples of collecting water and storing it in their house so they wouldn't have to leave the house if there was a severe weather event. There were some really amazing examples of households doing adaptation to water supply around climate events. and that some water service providers had some good risk management plans in place. So if they knew there was an imminent risk or there had been flooding, they had some quite good mechanisms in place to reach those vulnerable households. On the barriers side, again, we found the compounding disadvantage was really what people shared a lot would happen around a climate event. Psychological stress came up a number of times, so people feeling like they were quite trapped or quite vulnerable to climate change. And that included slow onset, so droughts, but also more severe weather events like flooding, which is really common in Cambodia. And caregivers talked a lot about psychological stress as well. So knowing that they were the ones responsible for getting that person to safety or meeting their needs during this time was a really big stress for them. So just to share a quote from the findings, a woman who had difficulty seeing, she said they, meaning the service provider, they chose 5 families to give a subsidy to. Others were chosen, but I wasn't. Those who can see get to use the services for free, while I don't. Many people get free services, while my family with a disabled member doesn't. So across the 4 communities where we collected the data, we found many households were missing out on services. And then I think similar to the recommendations that you shared, Huen, we split these across piped water operators and service providers, the national ministries and the departments responsible for piped water supply and climate, and then development partners, NGOs and funders. The learning brief has a whole range of recommendations, so I won't go through all of them, but I think some of the critical ones are having really flexible payment plans, so subsidies or payment plans where people can make payments over time, making sure that people are receiving information, so having it in audio formats as well as written formats. And then for governments to have better capacity, better guidelines of how you really do make sure services are reaching people with disabilities, linking into some of the disability ID work that's happening in Cambodia at the moment. And for the final group of development partners, we really need to see more investment in that capacity strengthening side. So making sure private water operators have got the skills, the knowledge, the data to be able to reach people with disabilities. So the learning brief has just been published online. It's short, easy to read, and very easy to share with decision makers, policy makers in the countries where you work. One of the limitations of this study, and I think it was the same in Vietnam, is that we really struggled to draw out the gendered differences. So we found when we interviewed people, which there were a lot of women involved in the study, people were giving really similar examples, and it was really challenging for us to understand the gendered impacts. So one of the key recommendations is that we probably needed to have a stronger gendered lens on the methodology, and that perhaps more research or more information is needed to really understand some of the gendered impacts. So I'll stop there, and maybe Huen, I'll invite you back up here just to have a bit of a Q&A or discussion about some of those findings. If you want to join me. Or we might have a roving mic. Yeah. Are there any questions or comments about the findings?
If anyone has questions or comments about our two presentations.
You use this microphone?
Yeah.
Any questions?
So if you have any comments or question about two presentation, we are happy to give more information or explanation.
Thank you, Huen and Chelsea, the fantastic presentations and so many rich insights and food for thought in there, what you presented. So thank you very much for that. I'm particularly interested in what you're talking about, Hyun, about really the importance of co-design and the process of that. And it will be, I'd love to hear more from you about what that looks like a really good co-design process. And what you've experienced from that and what that means for your organisation.
That's a great question, Jose.
Thank you for the question. Yes, I actually, at the beginning when the AWP reached us and want to have a research on this because there is no research in Vietnam about this issue. So when they access our capacity, we are not enough capacity to conduct a research by ourselves. So they have a call for proposal to any university in Australia and its institute to involve with us. And we work with Monash University, and we discuss at the beginning, very first beginnings, when what we want from ourselves, because we read many information. There is no report, no other policy or paper mention about how people with disability in Vietnam mentioned in any paper policy in this water sector. Yes, so we discuss about what we want for our research and how we want to involve, like from ourselves. We said, we can contribute or we can involve like a researcher. For some people, they can be a researcher, but we need to go to the field and we need to build a capacity for ourselves. So the Monash people, they provide training on do research for us, yes, for server training. And we have a small team. We build about, we gather some our members in our organization, and we try to involve different types of disability. Like I mentioned, the blind, the physical people, and parents of children with disability. Luckily, we don't have a hearing impairment or mental people to involve. But when we design the question, both of us work together and we read the question, is it suitable to ask this kind of question to people with disability and their parent or their relative people, and how we should ask to local people about this. So we discuss when we decide the question also. And during that, we learn a lot, because for some researcher from Monash University, they thought this is the first time they do a kind of this, and we are both like a beneficiary, but also we are active in the research and report also. And when we go to the field, we have the research, but they look and they support us to like after interview someone. And people with disability, we sit together and we talk. Lots of issues is come out, because for like, if you go to the field and you ask people with disability, sometimes they hesitant to talk, and you may have different, not perspective, but maybe thinking or something like that. But when they see we are the same, so and some people, they even like they cry, yes, when they talk about how they accept water. And we do a research when we have the field in rural and urban area, and both in Hanoi and another province in Vietnam. So we compare what is the difference between rural area and urban area, something like that. So we write a report and we are going to publish it soon.
Thanks. Oh, sure. Fantastic.
Thank you. Alec Rolston from the Gordon Institute for Water Research in Australia. Thank you for a wonderful presentation. I have a question about the impact of the research. How do you ensure that the decision makers that can action change have access to this work, and that that they are engaged in the results to inform their decision making to make change?
A little bit on that too. I think she's happy to go up. Oh, okay. You go.
Yeah, so I just know one person from Vietnam here. So due to the different policy and politics, we have unit party. So our organization, People with Disability, we are one of the members of we call Fatherlands in Vietnam. So we have different channels to raise our voice. And like we organize the workshop to have the fighting for the research. We invite many people from the Department of Climate Change, Water Resource Management to come. And right now, we haven't public the report yet, but right now we have a work with the Center on Natural Resource in Vietnam. We continue our works, and they want to build the capacity for our team to have a core group to train disability awareness for different departments of the government. And because that's their work, but when they talk about disability inclusion, they say that it's better to have person with disability to talk by themselves. So right now we are doing that work, and based on the revise on the law on water management and implementation degree about that. So we hope to continue our work. And the mindset is when we become a trainer for parliament, for the government officer, at the beginning it's quite hard for us, like in the mindset sometimes people with disability are looked down. So we are enough capacity to provide training. So at the beginning we go a different way, like we provide like a sharing section, something like that, and then yes, gradually we become a trainer. Thank you.
That's a great example, Huen. We also set up an advisory committee. So we were doing it in a very quick time frame. We had like 4 months. I think it was the quickest research I've ever been involved in. So there wasn't time to go through some of the official government channels. So we set up an inter-ministry advisory group, and they met 3 times throughout the project. And it's been quite amazing, the pickup of the dissemination at the end, because there was that ownership from different ministries. And have reached out to WaterAid since then and wanted to talk more about disability. So I think it worked having that advisory group. Any final questions? Did you want your one?
Peter Levine with App Global. Some of my questions have been answered, but I just want to compliment the Water Partnership for bringing these 3 very powerful examples of women leaders from the region, because I've traveled a bit about the region. And I wonder, you probably covered at the beginning, Chelsea, but any high-level sort of threads you can pull out that connect the region around these topics? And it's a reminder to me on the projects we implement, disability is not at the forefront of what we're implementing about. At the project level, we do it with our people and how we hire and how we address that. But it is something that we should do a little bit more. And I would actually say I've worked a lot in Indonesia, and I think there's some really interesting peer-to-peer learning that could be done in what's a very large, dispersed, diverse place. But I think some of the examples Huen brought out and the others brought out would be really fascinating. So that's my main question, was any high-level threads, but the other piece, please. This is fantastic. Thank you.
Which, Kanika, you might be a good person to answer that question. Kanika works more at the regional level.
Yeah, thank you. I think that's very connect a lot in terms of how the good practice from the ground and then the amazing work that has been done by individual can be having collectively showcased at the regional level, and how we call like building the sisterhood. And I think recently we just complete, we call like a Asia Women Congress. We bring all the women leaders and Hoyets and Mani also joining the Congress, and those who are from the diverse group, whether they are LGBT community, and then we connect from the Tibet Plateau up to the downstream of the Mekong, and that was an amazing. And I think in the presentation we also show some of the good work that come from the Women and River Congress result as the statement that they call upon all the agencies together, and those women are still connected to each other. And that also contribute from the water partnership, Australian water partnership as well. We try to collect everyone who have the same goal, especially to promote the women leadership in the water governance. And I think that very success, and we will looking how they come together, develop their own plan and design their own plan, because as an NGO, we facilitate the space, we convene the space to make the space available, but they will be the one who make the show. So the next step that will be a group from Australia, I think the Kimberley Indigenous Council, they plan to bring all the indigenous from Asia, like from the Mekong up to Australia for the Indigenous Congress in 2025. So that was one of the commitment that how we are connect after the Women Congress. And I think we now going bigger and the network are growing up.
Thanks, Kanaka. I think that's a good segue for you to get ready for your session because time is running. A big thank you to Huen, that was amazing. Just while they're getting set up, I think that's a really important question, and I guess why we're at these global events is to do that shared learning. And even us doing the Cambodia, Vietnam research in parallel, we haven't, there's a lot more we could do to even bring that learning together. So it's a good point. Fantastic. Over to Kanaka and Many.
Thank you, Chelsea. And I think that thank you for the question. It's very well connected to the next presentation. We are bring the story of Mani as an indigenous Krung in Cambodia who are fighting and mobilize the community to protect one of her river. They call like, if you know the Mekong River, there is the Sri River, that is the major tributary river to the Mekong, that called Sesan, Sraipok, and Sekong. And Mani is one of the community come from the main tributary to the Mekong River. So she will talk through her experience and why engaging in the voluntary community work in the fishery protection and the river water resource protection, it really inspired her. And how she faced the challenge as being young, being a woman, being an indigenous, when it's come talking and engaging collaboration with the government, and also how she really make effort to inspire others to join her journey in protecting the river. So I will be her translator.
នាងខ្ញុំឈ្មោះវែងវ៉ានីហើយខ្ញុំជនជាតិដើមភាគតិចក្រឹងហើយខ្ញុំជាយុវជនមកពីសហគមន៍កាជូនសហគមន៍នេសាទកាជូនកកឡាក់ហើយខ្ញុំមកពីភូមិទៀមលើឃុំកាជូនស្រុកវិនស័យខេត្តរណគិរីប្រទេសកម្ពុជាចា៎
My name is Mani, and I'm one of the young indigenous Krung community who live in Vernsai district and Ratanakiri province, that is about 500 kilometers from the Phnom Penh city.
ចា៎ខ្ញុំរស់នៅតាមដងទន្លេសេសានស្រុកវិនស័យហើយឱកាសនេះដែរខ្ញុំនឹងធ្វើការចែករំលែកពីដូចថាដំណើរការនិងការកិច្ចការដែលខ្ញុំធ្វើការចូលរួមមួយសហគមន៍
I have a privilege to travel very long from my village to here, and I would like to bring the knowledge and the experience that I have worked with the community to protect the river to everyone here.
ចានឹងខ្ញុំធ្វើការស្ម័គ្រចិត្តតាំងពីឆ្នាំ2012ហើយកាលខ្ញុំចូលដំបូងគឺខ្ញុំអត់ដឹងដូចថាអត់មានសមត្ថភាពនិងអត់មានភាពក្លាហានក្នុងការនិយាយហើយក៏អត់ដឹងថាខ្ញុំចូលមិនដឹងធ្វើអីក្នុងដូចថាគោលបំណងដែលខ្ញុំចូលខ្ញុំអត់ទាន់ដឹងច្បាស់ហើយ
I first starting my work volunteer as a community fishery in my village since 2012. And the first time that I joined, I don't exactly know what is my purpose. And I don't know what is the role of doing in the fishery community. And I just like have no clue in terms of what my role look like in this community fishery group.
ដល់ពេលខ្ញុំបានមានឱកាសចូលរួមប្រជុំប្រចាំខែតាមនៅអង្គការឋានៈមូលដ្ឋានគាត់បានធ្វើការប្រជុំប្រចាំខែមាន ការចូលរួមពីបណ្ដាភូមិឃុំនៅក្នុងស្រុកវឿនសៃរបស់ខ្ញុំហ្នឹងគាត់ធ្វើការងាររឿងអភិរក្សធនធានជលផលហើយនិងការគ្រប់គ្រងទឹក
After I engaged, I was able to participate in different meetings, especially when there is an organizing of community protected. I participate in that meeting and I start to learn what they are doing in this community so that I have more knowledge about this and be able to engage.
ចាតាំងពីខ្ញុំមានឱកាសបានចូលរួមជាច្រើនដងទៅហើយខ្ញុំមានដូចថាសមត្ថភាពខ្ញុំកើនឡើងម្ដងបន្តិចម្ដងបន្តិចដល់ពេលហ្នឹងខ្ញុំមានឱកាសឡើងទៅប្រជុំនៅទីក្រុងបានឡុងនៅខេត្តរណគិរីក៏អង្គការដែលគាត់ធ្វើការរឿងទឹកហ្នឹងធ្វើការរឿងអភិរក្សហើយនឹងទឹកទន្លេសេសានសេពកនិងសេកុងគាត់ក៏បានមានឱកាសដូចថាផ្ដល់ឱកាសឲ្យនេះខ្ញុំមកហាត់ការស្ម័គ្រចិត្តនៅអង្គការទន្លេ3ដែលគាត់ធ្វើការរឿងអភិរក្សធនធានជលផលធនធានគ្រប់គ្រងទឹកអញ្ចឹងក៏ខ្ញុំមានឱកាសដូចថាពង្រឹងសមត្ថភាពខ្លួនឯងក្លាហានជាងមុនអាចនិយាយជាមួយអ្នកដូចថាផ្លែកមុខឬក៏មានអង្គប្រជុំនៅទីរួមខេត្តនៅទីក្រុងភ្នំពេញឬក៏បច្ចុប្បន្ននេះខ្ញុំមានឱកាសមកចែករំលែកដូចថាបញ្ហាសហគមន៍ឬក៏ការគ្រប់គ្រងឬក៏សកម្មភាពរបស់អ្នកខ្ញុំធ្វើនៅសហគមន៍ហ្នឹងដល់ថ្នាក់ក្រៅប្រទេសទៀត
Starting from a young indigenous living in the village, and the first thing I have even no phone to contact. I don't even use the mobile phone, and later on when I be able to receive an opportunity from an NGO who work on the protected of the 3S River, I participate in one of the province meeting, and that time they noticed me in terms of I'm the young and be able to engage and have a passionate to work in the natural resource protection. So they chose me to be an internship in that organization. So through that internship program, it's allowed me to learn and meet with the different people in the sector. Then my knowledge has broadened, become from the smaller village to the province and also engage at the national issue. And at one point in last year, I was able to speak at the MRC summit. And I bring the issue of how community suffer from the impact of hydropower dam up to the regional level.
តាំងពីខ្ញុំមានឱកាសធ្វើការចែករំលែកហ្នឹងសមត្ថភាពរបស់អ្នកខ្ញុំគឺខ្ញុំមានភាពក្លាហានច្រើនជាងមុនខ្ញុំមានឱកាសទោះខ្ញុំអត់អាចនិយាយភាសាអ្នកដែលឧទាហរណ៍ភាសាអង់គ្លេសឬក៏អីខ្ញុំក៏មានឱកាសចែករំលែកដោយសារតែមានដូចថាអង្គការដែលគាត់ធ្វើការជាមួយនៅសហគមន៍របស់អ្នកខ្ញុំគាត់មានអង្គការដៃគូក៏ផ្ដល់ឱកាសឲ្យនឹងប្រែសម្រួលភាសាខ្ញុំពីភាសាខ្មែរទៅអង់គ្លេសហើយពីអង់គ្លេសមកខ្មែរឲ្យអ្នកខ្ញុំស្ដាប់ហើយឲ្យអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាដែលចូលរួមប្រជុំហ្នឹងគាត់យល់ពីភាសានិងការចែករំលែករបស់អ្នកខ្ញុំ
First, I think it's very challenging because I could not speak any English, and some Khmer it's also very difficult for people to understand because I use my own language. But through the process, it made me realize that even though I could not speak your language, but I still can communicate my issue and my message because the organization that work with us facilitate and make the language no longer the barrier for me. A further translation ensure that I am understand what are they talking about by translate from English to my language for me to understand so I can participate and also translate what I have speak to the wider audience. So I no longer feel like language is the barrier. The most important it's overconfidence and the willingness to share our knowledge.
ចាតកតងនឹងការលំបាករបស់អ្នកខ្ញុំនិងសហគមន៍របស់អ្នកខ្ញុំហ្នឹងគឺមិនមែនត្រឹមភាសាទេគឺដូចថាពេលខ្ញុំចុះទៅភូមិគោលដៅដែលខ្ញុំត្រូវជួបជាមួយក្រុមស្ត្រីក្រុមយុវជនហ្នឹងគឺប្រឈមនឹងផ្លូវពិបាក ហើយនឹងវាឆ្ងាយពីដូចថាផ្ទះខ្ញុំរស់នៅអញ្ចឹងដូចថាផ្លូវនៅស្រុកខ្ញុំគឺអត់ទាន់អភិវឌ្ឍទេជាងអញ្ចឹងពេលខែភ្លៀងគឺវាពិបាកពេលខែប្រាំងគឺវាហុយអញ្ចឹងវាប្រឈមបើខែប្រាំងវាប្រឈមនឹងបញ្ហាសុខភាពបើខែភ្លៀងទៅវាល្អិលយើងបណ្ដាលឲ្យយើងជិះម៉ូតូទៅវាដួលខ្ញុំចូលដំបូងហ្នឹងគឺខ្ញុំអត់ទាន់ស្គាល់ទិសដៅដែលខ្ញុំត្រូវទៅធ្វើការជាមួយក្រុមគោលដៅហ្នឹងថាអូខ្ញុំត្រូវទៅណាហើយខ្ញុំនឹងដូចថាខ្ញុំអត់ទាន់ហ៊ានទេដោយសារតែខ្ញុំអត់ស្គាល់តំបន់គោលដៅដល់ពេលខ្ញុំធ្វើការយូរទៅជាមួយក្រុមការងារនៅឋានៈមូលដ្ឋានហ្នឹងខ្ញុំស្គាល់ក៏យើងមានឱកាសដូចថាស្គាល់តំបន់គោលដៅវាមានភាពកក់ក្ដៅច្រើនជាងមុនយើងអាចទៅធ្វើការបានហើយពីដំបូងឡើយហ្នឹងគឺខ្ញុំអត់ចេះប្រើប្រាស់កម្មវិធីទូរស័ព្ទទេដល់ពេលហ្នឹងខ្ញុំចូលបានរយៈពេលកន្លះឆ្នាំបានខ្ញុំទិញទូរស័ព្ទN7 កាលនោះហ្នឹងក៏ដោយសារតំបន់ខ្ញុំគឺវាឆ្ងាយពីទីក្រុងក៏ខ្ញុំអាចប្រើប្រាស់អាហ្នឹងកាត់បន្ថយក្នុងការដូចថាយើងដើរជើងឬក៏ជិះម៉ូតូហ្នឹងទៅប្រាប់គ្នាបន្តបន្ទាប់អញ្ចឹងយើងតាក់ទងតាមទូរស័ព្ទវិញហើយក្នុងការប្រើប្រាស់ទូរស័ព្ទនឹងទៀតក៏មានការពិបាកទៀតដោយសារតំបន់ដែលគោលដៅខ្លះគឺអត់ទាន់មានសេវាគ្រប់គ្រាន់ក្នុងការទំនាក់ទំនងទេអញ្ចឹងណា
I just want to reflect on the first time when I engaged in this community volunteer work. That was a very difficult because my village is very far away from the provincial town and the road in the rural area it's completely difficult. During the raining season, the road is very slippery and then I have to take with my motorbike and go to several communities that I never know before. Because that's my first time to get out of my village and to meet with the different community in the other village. Sometimes I don't know where is the road to go there. Second challenge, it's also, I don't know how to use the technology, the telephone, and I don't have any telephone before. But after 6 months engaged in the volunteer program, I be able to get the cheap telephone and at least be able to call because one of the members told me that they very difficult to contact me. When I don't have a phone, people have to ride the motorbike to inform about the information if I need to go to the meeting at the province or in the town. So then they found working with me is very challenging. So I decided to get one simple phone. And the first, when I get the phone, it's also challenging because I don't know how to use it. So it's took like, I have to reach out to many people to get the support to teach me how to use the phone. But later on, I can be able to use and communicate through the phone.
តកតងបញ្ហាលំបាករបស់អ្នកខ្ញុំមួយទៀតគឺតកតងនឹងការដូចថាយើងសមត្ថភាពយើងដូចថាការយល់ដឹងរបស់ខ្ញុំគឺនៅមានកម្រិតកាលពីមុនឥឡូវក៏នៅមានកម្រិតដែរគ្រាន់តែវាគ្រាន់បើជាងមុនអញ្ចឹងណាហើយខ្ញុំអាចទៅអ្នកតំណងពីមុនខ្ញុំអត់ទាន់ហ៊ានទៅអ្នកតំណងមួយអាជ្ញាធរភូមិឃុំទេដោយសារតែការនិយាយយើងវានៅដូចថាមានការផ្លេចខាហើយអត់ទាន់យល់ពីដូចថាគោលបំណងដែលយើងធ្វើហ្នឹងវាអត់ទាន់ច្បាស់ដល់ពេលហ្នឹងខាងអាជ្ញាធរគាត់អត់ទាន់ទុកចិត្តយើងក៏គាត់អត់ស្គាល់យើងដែរអញ្ចឹងរៀងពិបាកក្នុងការតំណែងមួយពួកគាត់តែឥឡូវគឺល្អឡើងវិញ
Another difficulty that engage in this work is the knowledge. When I have a limited knowledge, I have very difficult to communicate and work with the government and also ask them to collaborate with me because I don't really know how to use the word. I don't really know how to speak with those people because I really comfortable using my own language and speak in my own way. So then I feel not comfortable to talk with the government. But later on, I learned how to communicate, and now I can also communicate with them. And the most important is trust. The first, when I engage with the community, even the community member and the local authority, they don't trust me because they see me as a young woman and also the indigenous. How can I work in this sector as the deputy of the chief of the fishery committee? So they don't believe in my capacity. So the trust is really important. And now I be able to demonstrate and build the trust with the local community that I work with.
តាំងពីពួកគាត់ស្គាល់នាងខ្ញុំគឺឥឡូវហ្នឹងពេលខ្ញុំអត់បានចុះភូមិទៅតំបន់ដែលពួកគាត់ហ្នឹងគឺពួកគាត់តែងពេលជួបខ្ញុំគាត់តែងតែសួរថាមិនហើយឥឡូវអត់ឃើញក្មួយឯងចុះទៅភូមិរបស់ខ្ញុំហើយខកខានជាង1ឆ្នាំជិតចូល2ឆ្នាំអត់ឃើញក្រុមការងាររបស់ក្មួយចុះទៅខាងខ្ញុំអញ្ចឹងខាងអាជ្ញាធរភូមិគាត់តែងតែសួរខ្ញុំអញ្ចឹងហើយឬក៏មួយទៀតគាត់តាក់ទងតាមទូរស័ព្ទផ្ទាល់
And now the relationship between me and the local authority in the other village that I work, it becomes closer and stronger. At one point, when they don't see me going to the village, they just call me and ask why we did not see you go to the village and what are you doing and how are you. Those kind of relationship is really core for the work.
ចាតកតងនឹងបញ្ហាដែលខ្ញុំរៀបរាប់ខាងលើហ្នឹងគឺធ្វើឲ្យខ្ញុំគិតចង់ដូចថាពង្រឹងសមត្ថភាពខ្លួនឯងផងហើយនឹងពង្រឹងក្រុមដូចថាសមាជិកជាស្ត្រីជាក្មេងស្រីនិងជាយុវជននៅក្នុងភូមិនិងសហគមន៍ដទៃដែលរស់នៅតាមបណ្ដោយទឹកដងទន្លេហើយនឹងជាជនជាតិដើមភាគតិចផងដែរហើយខ្ញុំបានមានគំនិតជាចងក្រងជាក្រុម មានក្រុមស្ត្រីមានក្រុមយុវជនតាមចងក្រងជាក្រុមហើយមានក្នុងក្រុមនីមួយៗមានប្រធានមានអនុប្រធានសម្រាប់គ្រប់គ្រងដូចថាក្រុមស្ត្រីគាត់មានប្រធានក្រុមស្ត្រីគាត់ដឹកនាំក្រុមស្ត្រីសម្រាប់ពេលប្រជុំអីគាត់តែងតែដឹកនាំបើថាប្រធានគាត់អវត្តមានគាត់រវល់ការងារផ្ទះរបស់គាត់អនុប្រធានគាត់នឹងធ្វើការ ប្រជុំជាមួយសមាជិករបស់គាត់ហើយយុវជនក៏មានក្រុមប្រធានក្រុមយុវជននិងអនុប្រធានដែរហើយពួកខ្ញុំចងក្រងក្រុមហ្នឹងហើយក៏មិនត្រឹមជាប្រជុំគ្នា3ខែម្ដងទេដោយសារតែពេលខ្លះពួកខ្ញុំជួបជុំគ្នាតាមរយៈចងក្រងជាក្រុមតាមទូរស័ព្ទមានតាម Telegram ហើយនឹង Facebook chat ជជែកគ្នាតាក់ទងនឹងសកម្មភាពដែលពួកខ្ញុំធ្វើដូចថាក្នុងចំណោមសមាជិកក្រុមពួកខ្ញុំអត់មានឱកាសនឹងធ្វើសកម្មភាពគ្រប់ពេលវេលាទេដោយសារតែនៅតំបន់ដាច់ស្រយាលយើងដឹងហើយពួកគាត់ធ្វើការងារជាកសិកម្មធ្វើស្រែចម្ការហ្នឹងគាត់អត់សូវមានពេលវេលាគ្រប់គ្រាន់ក្នុងការចូលរួមអនុវត្តសកម្មភាពដែលពួកខ្ញុំធ្វើការដូចជាចុះល្បាតហើយ ចូលល្បាតតាមលងអភិរក្សត្រីមីពូជហើយធ្វើការបង្កើតជាក្រុមទេសចរនៅតាមសហគមន៍ពីតាមរយៈដងទន្លេសេសានហើយនឹងសែពកដែរ
I now moving to the next level of nurturing the next generation leadership and I believe that it's not only one person could not really make any change. So I have mobilized the women and the youth in the community by building, like establish a group. We have a woman group at the community who leads by the women and we provide their capacity how to run the meeting and how to monitor when it's come to the season that we have to go for the patrolling, especially in the deep pool where is the protected area are. And we also have a youth group that work together, try to really bring this knowledge of how individual community member can be an agent to protect the natural resource at the local level by organizing different events. Like you can also see here in terms of putting together the messaging along the river and engage with the young children at school for them to be able to understand the importance of protect the natural resource for their life. And we also try to maximize the technology. We form as a group like Telegram group and the Facebook chat, like people now using the smartphone, so we be able to update to each other. through the messenger group, sometimes send the video and sometimes send the message. And to be frank, all of them are really want to watch Mani talking here. Last night they even call like, how is Sweden? You know, for them it really excited to see Mani sitting here on the stage and coming along the way here to Sweden.
រូបភាពទាំងអស់នេះគឺជាសកម្មភាពរបស់ក្រមយុវជនហើយនិងក្រមស្ត្រីរបស់ពួកខ្ញុំហើយមានក្រុមគណៈកម្មការសហគមន៍នេសាទគាត់ចូលរួមធ្វើសកម្មភាពផងដែរហើយពួកខ្ញុំមានធ្វើផ្លាកទៅដាក់នៅតាមលងអភិរក្សហើយនឹងធ្វើក្រែសម្រាប់អង្គុយកំសាន្តនៅកន្លែងកោះដែលពួកខ្ញុំធ្វើទេសចរសហគមន៍ហើយរូបភាពមួយទៀតគឺពួកខ្ញុំធ្វើការធ្វើដាក់ផ្លាកតាមលងអភិរក្សហ្នឹងគឺមានយុវជនគាត់ចូលរួមហើយក៏គណៈកម្មការសហគមន៍នេសាទដែរដោយសារតែអត់មានសមាជិកច្រើនចូលរួមទេថ្ងៃនោះមានតែប្រហែលអ្នកដែលពួកគាត់តានីពីការសិក្សាគាត់ចូលរួមជាមួយមានស្រីមានប្រុសហើយមានគណៈកម្មការចូលរួមដែរ
And we often have a collective activity at the community, like when we are free from school break, we come together and put up the message, especially on the protected area, and we have advocate to protect one of the river because during the dry season, that river is really beautiful for the tourists. So this is the activity that community come together and set up the place where the tourists can go there and have their own picnic and also enjoy the nature and the natural of the Sesan River.
ចាគោលបំណងដែលពួកខ្ញុំចង់ក្រងបង្កើតជាតំបន់ជិះចរហ្នឹងគឺក្នុងគោលបំណងធំគឺចង់គ្រប់គ្រងទឹកទន្លេដោយសារតែទន្លេវាអត់ដូចពីដើមទេវាលំហូរដោយធម្មជាតិដល់ឥឡូវហ្នឹងគឺមានការរៀងស្ទះដោយការអភិវឌ្ឍទំនប់វារីអគ្គិសនីផ្នែកខាងលើនិងផ្នែកខាងក្រោមដល់ពេលក្នុងតំបន់របស់ខ្ញុំរស់នៅក៏មានគម្រោងរបស់គេដែរប៉ុន្តែនឹងហើយបានគោលបំណងធំដែលខ្ញុំចង់បំផុសយុវជននិងគណៈកម្មការឬក៏សហគមន៍ដទៃទៀតដែលរស់នៅតាមដងទន្លេហ្នឹងចេះស្រឡាញ់ធនធានធម្មជាតិនៅក្នុងទឹកហើយនឹងចេះគ្រប់គ្រងទឹកចា
The most important for me organizing the community like the eco-tourist place in our community is to protect the river, to protect the water. At the moment, we are living in the middle of an upstream dam and the downstream that already constructed. And in my area, that also planned for another dam, but not yet execute that plan. However, I believe that if the community coming together and unite, like youth and also the committee, value the importance of the water and the river, they will come together to protect. And the most important, I want my community to love the river and also the biodiversity so that people will just be able to work together and fight together to protect the river.
នេះជារូបភាពដែលខ្ញុំមានឱកាសចូលរួមនៅគណៈកម្មការទន្លេមេគង្គនៅប្រទេសឡាវកាលពីឆ្នាំ2023ហើយខ្ញុំក៏បានមានឱកាសចែករំលែកពីបញ្ហាទឹកនៅសហគមន៍តាមបណ្ដោយដងទន្លេសេសានសេពកនិងសេកុងនិងទន្លេមេគង្គទាំងមូលនៅប្រទេសកម្ពុជាផងដែរ
So the picture show in the way how I bring the challenge and the difficulty of community up to the regional level, especially during the MRC summit last year. Because we have the community action research, like similar to what Hoyit mentioned, community being trained as a researcher, data collector, and analyze their own data and coming up with their own plan. So many have brought the plan from the community and present during the MRC summit.
នឹងកិច្ចប្រជុំផ្សេងៗនៅក្នុងប្រទេសកម្ពុជាខ្ញុំបានចែករំលែកពីដំណើរការនៃការចងក្រងនិងបង្កើតជាតំបន់ទេសចរដល់ក្រមស្ត្រីនិងយុវជននៅក្នុងខេត្តនិងក្រៅខេត្តផងដែរដើម្បីឲ្យពួកគាត់ ចេះស្រឡាញ់ហើយនឹងចេះបង្កើតឬក៏ដំណើរការទំនាក់ទំនងជាមួយអាជ្ញាធររបៀបម៉េចហ្នឹងឲ្យពួកគាត់យល់ពីដំណើរការនៃការបង្កើតតំបន់ទេសចរហើយក្នុងគោលបំណងបង្កើតតំបន់ទេសចរគឺពួកគាត់តែងតែមានគោលបំណងផ្សេងគ្នាខ្ញុំក៏បានចែករំលែកដល់ក្រមស្ត្រីនិងយុវជននៅខេត្តកំពង់ធំផងដែរហើយក៏មានក្រមយុវជនហើយនិងក្រមស្ត្រីខ្ញុំទៅចូលរួមផងដែរគាត់ធ្វើការចែករំលែក
I also join in different event in the country, and one of the picture is the sharing session with other community fishery in the other province. We brought some of our women network from our community to share their experience to the other women in other province on how to organize community ecotourism and how to bring youth working together to set up like a protected area, and also for the youth to monitor and to control when there is a criminal or illegal fishing happen. So these are an opportunity that we are not just even within our community, but we also brought the knowledge and how to do it to the other community.
ក្រមស្ត្រីរបស់នាងខ្ញុំក៏មានធ្វើការសិក្សាតាក់ទងនឹងបញ្ហាទឹកនៅតាមសហគមន៍របស់ពួកគាត់ដែរសិក្សាដោយស្ត្រីនិងយុវជនហើយក៏សិក្សាពីប្រភេទត្រីនៅក្នុងទន្លេផងដែរ
We have a women researcher group that established, and they all document the change of the biodiversity in the river by recording the fish, the number of fish. Like normally they do the comparison in terms of how they catch the fish in the same season and in the same place, and next year they do the data collection again, part of an evidence to demonstrate that the river have changed and it really impact the livelihood of the community.
នេះជាសកម្មភាពដែលខ្ញុំបានចូលរួមធ្វើការចែករំលែកពីដូចថាក្នុងការដំណើរការឬក៏កិច្ចការចូលរួមរបស់អ្នកខ្ញុំហ្នឹងគឺក៏មានបញ្ហាជួបបញ្ហាផ្លូវចិត្តដូចគ្នាវា stress ខ្លាំងដោយសារតែទី1ខ្ញុំក្មេងស្រីហើយដូចថាបញ្ហាហ្នឹងវាខ្លាំងសម្រាប់ខ្ញុំវាធំជាងការគិតឃើញឬក៏ដោះស្រាយរបស់ខ្ញុំអញ្ចឹងគឺខ្ញុំមានឱកាសធ្វើការចែករំលែកមួយបណ្ដាស្ត្រីមកពីតំបន់អាស៊ានដូចគ្នាមានថៃឡាវភូមាកម្ពុជាចូលរួមធ្វើការចែករំលែកដើម្បីពួកគាត់ចែករំលែកពីដំណោះស្រាយឬក៏ដូចថាស្ដាប់បញ្ហារបស់គ្នាទៅវិញទៅមក
Walking this journey, it's not an easy. It is stressful and also sometimes scary, and I feel stressed and sometimes emotional broken. The fighting are not never end, and always new things happen. But I have a chance to join. It's like a feminist building. We organize the feminist leadership for the women river defender together, because we don't want women to give up, and they are struggle. They have a difficulty, and sometimes we not just only putting the woman as a leader and then leave them, but this work is really stress. And sometimes we get really challenging from the government. But this space allows us to share with each other the issue that we face and how we can support with each other as a peer support group that not look at the work, but look at in terms of how we do the self-care and the collective care for one another, for us to be able to walk this journey longer.
តើតងការចែករំលែករបស់នេះខ្ញុំគឺខ្ញុំមានសំណូមពរដល់រដ្ឋាភិបាលឬក៏អង្គការដៃគូដែលក្នុងប្រទេសនឹងម្ចាស់ជំនួយដែលធ្វើការរឿងគ្រប់គ្រងទឹកហ្នឹងឲ្យគាត់មានការផ្ដល់ជាចំណេះជំនាញដែលសារតែរាល់ថ្ងៃពួកខ្ញុំធ្វើការថែរក្សាគ្រប់គ្រងទឹកហ្នឹងតាមបែបប្រពៃណីជនជាតិដើមភាគតិចរបស់ពួកខ្ញុំហើយអត់ទាន់ដឹងពីរបៀបគ្រប់គ្រងបែបបច្ចេកទេសឬក៏ចំណេះជំនាញថ្មីក្រៅពីទំនៀមទម្លាប់ប្រពៃណីរបស់ពួកខ្ញុំទេ ហើយឲ្យបុតផ្ដល់ជាចំណេះជំនាញផ្ដល់ជាដូចថាធនធានថវិកាឲ្យក្រុមពួកខ្ញុំដំណើរការបន្តទៅមុខដោយសារតែរាល់ថ្ងៃពួកខ្ញុំធ្វើការដោយស្ម័គ្រចិត្តហើយក៏មានអង្គការនៅថ្នាក់ខេត្តគាត់មានកញ្ចប់ថវិកាតិចតួចដើម្បីលើកទឹកចិត្តដល់អ្នកដែលចូលរួមធ្វើការស្ម័គ្រចិត្តហ្នឹងដើម្បីឲ្យគាត់មានដូចថាទឹកចិត្តក្នុងការចូលរួមដោយសារតែគាត់ស្ម័គ្រចិត្តមករួចទៅហើយប៉ុន្តែដោយសារតែការងាររបស់គាត់ហ្នឹងមានការងារច្រើនដោយសារទៅនៅតំបន់ជនបទគាត់ធ្វើការងារកសិករអញ្ចឹងគាត់រវល់ការងារនេះនោះផងអញ្ចឹងការដែលគាត់ធ្វើការនៅថ្នាក់ខេត្តហ្នឹងគាត់ក៏បានមានកញ្ចប់តិចតួចហើយក៏គាត់បានលើកទឹកចិត្តដល់ពួកគាត់ឲ្យមានការដូចថាស្រឡាញ់ធនធានធម្មជាតិនឹងកាន់តែស្រឡាញ់បន្ថែមទៀតដោយសារតែចាខ្ញុំអស់ប៉ុណ្ណឹង
Before I finish, I would like to call and request for all the key stakeholders to also looking at how when you bring the knowledge, you bring the technology, we would like to have that technology and the knowledge that fits to our indigenous knowledge. Because we don't have a high education, we don't know how to use the technology. Is the technology, it's not simplified. So we would like to also apply and use the technology that people bring into our village, but with our own way, and how we can capitalize. Because we know that technology is important and everyone now start using it. We also want to use it, but in our way. We would like to call also the support to more inclusive of indigenous knowledge and indigenous in this kind of development, and especially the governance in the transboundary that's so complex. It's not a one-off. It's not just only like 1 year or 2 years. It needs a long-term, persistent, and the consistent support. So the model of accompaniment and incentive, the way that how they can see the value. You know, some people are sacrifice a lot, but they feel like, why they have to do this? Why they have to sacrifice when they don't have any incentive get back to them? And last but not least, I really would like to also call for the support from others to bring the knowledge that the indigenous have to their wider institution, you know, like the work that you are doing. And everything, it needs to be connected, like the two-way of communication, like the knowledge that we share to you and the knowledge that you share to us, and how we can really bring back that two-way communication and two-way accountability when it comes to the knowledge and research. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the courage it takes to do your work, Many, and thank you, Kanika and the team at Oxfam, for making it happen and bringing Many here. I know it's nearly lunchtime, but we have a really beautiful film that's just a couple of minutes long that we would really love to share with you as well. So we'll end on that note. And I know we haven't had time for discussion, but please do grab Kanika and Many throughout the conference. And just to say how inspiring these three women are and how lucky we are to have them here with us. So please do make use of them this week. Thank you so much for your time, and enjoy the film that Kanika and the team have made.
I look back my childhood. I was born in rural areas, and as I told, I live near the river. It's named Love River. So it's so romantic when I was small, and we can went along the river. But right now, when I came back from my living place right now, I live in Hanoi, and whenever I back to my hometown, I saw some bad situation in the rivers of my hometown. It's quite polluted, yes, and a lot of trash bin along the river. So the farmer in our village, they don't realize that. And I'm thinking the water we drink every day and water we use for agriculture, it is very important, but we don't pay attention about that issue. And about my life, I will consider a person with disabilities. So it's quite hard for person with disability, especially for women with disability in rural area, to access to water. Yeah, so I really want to do something, and that's motivate me to do a lot of things.
អត់មានទឹកទេជីវិតមនុស្សសត្វនិងធនធានធម្មជាតិគឺអត់អាចរស់បានទេចា៎ចង់ឲ្យអ្នកដឹកនាំនៅលើពិភពលោកគាត់គោរពសិទ្ធិទន្លេគឺចង់ឲ្យទន្លេនឹងហូរកាត់ហូរលំហូរទឹកដោយធម្មតាដូចពីដើមគឺចាំបាច់មានទំនប់កាត់ទន្លេទេគឺដោយសារទន្លេគឺគាត់មានសិទ្ធិដូចមនុស្សយើងដែរគឺមានសិទ្ធិដើរហើរមានសិទ្ធិហូរដោយសេរីចា៎ហើយបើថាយើងនៅតែបន្តទប់ទណ្ឌតាមដងទន្លេមានឬក៏ដៃទន្លេហ្នឹងដោយសារតែបច្ចុប្បន្នហ្នឹងអ្នកដែលរងប៉ះពាល់គឺប្រជាជនតាមដងទន្លេចា៎ហើយចង់ឲ្យអ្នកដែលដឹកនាំនៅលើពិភពលោកគាត់គោរពសិទ្ធិមនុស្សជនជាតិសិទ្ធិជនជាតិដើមភាគតិច
I might just put up one slide. We do have the Women's River Congress statement. Oh no, maybe I don't. Oh, it's not in there. Sorry, Kanaka. There is a statement that came out of the River Women's Congress as well. So if you'd like to see that call to action, please do ask Kanaka. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you so much and enjoy the conference.